What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the What a Juice channel. Welcome back to the Rams Bust to Baller Rebuild. That is correct. We are back with another episode, and today's episode is going to be a monumental one because we are going to be shipping out a lot of the homegrown talent. Well, not homegrown, but a lot of the original players that were on this team from year number 1 back in 2009. And we are going to be shipping them off for, hopefully, some high-rated draft picks. But that's going to be in the video. This is just the intro, so make sure to smash that like button and notification bell if you are excited. Hit that notification bell and the like button as well if you are excited. Hit the subscribe button as well. Join the Juice Club. We are on the road to 400 subscribers, so help me get there by smashing that subscribe button. And let's get into the video. All right, we left off at the Super Bowl for this 2014 or 2013 season. 2014. We're in 2014 now, obviously. So let's go straight into it. Let's simulate who wins the Super Bowl, Chiefs or Vikings. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs only because they're in the AFC. So I hope an NFC team doesn't win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs do win the AFC. Well, they don't win the AFC. They won the AFC Championship. They win the Super Bowl. Who was the Super Bowl MVP? Colin Kaepernick was the Super Bowl MVP. Good for him. So last year, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it was a fluke winning the Super Bowl for us. Headed into the offseason now, we got retirements. Heath Evans, Matt Bryant, Brian Urlacher, Peyton Manning. That's a pretty big one. Rasheed Mathis, Adrian Wilson, Roy Williams, Sean Swisham, Nate Burleson, EJ Henderson, LaDainian Tomlinson, who was a free agent this year. He must have declined pretty heavily if he was a free agent. David Carr is gone as well. Quentin Jammer, Brandon Jacobs, Charlie Fry, Michael Jenkins, Jason Babin is gone. Tatum Bell, Boo Williams. No coaches retire, but a decent amount of big-name players are gone. Peyton Manning and Brian Urlacher most notably, along with LaDainian Tomlinson. But now we enter the point where we trade. We have $39 million in cap room. That's going to go up when we trade Reggie Bush. Every team's going to want Reggie Bush. It's just a matter of who will give us the best offer for Mr. Reggie Bush. So we're not going to talk to the Vikings, obviously, because they were in the Super Bowl. We may talk to the Bengals because they have the 3rd pick in the draft. Who's got number 1? Do they need a running back? Could this be the first time we ever get a number 1 pick? The Falcons don't need... Actually, they're interested in Reggie. We may be on to something here. Let's take a look at their team. Is there any busts on their team that we could use that could help us right away? Not noticing anything just yet. Randy Starks we had on our team already. Curtis Lofton doesn't really count as a bust. Neither does Alden Smith. Brent Grimes I wouldn't count as a bust, obviously. Byron Maxwell maybe. But we don't really need any more corners. Taylor Mays would be a fantastic strong safety for us, but we've already got George Iloka. And I want to grow Iloka. So we're not going to go with anything like that. I'm just going to go for their top 3 picks. You know what? No, screw it. I'm going to go with their 1st round pick next year as well. Will this go through? Probably not. It'll probably be in the red. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think we can make this work. We could get both of their 1st round picks from this year and next year, including the number 1 overall pick, if we find some people that they like. We have Allen Bailey. I don't really want to give up Allen Bailey. But we do have Chris Long, who I'd be willing to give up. But would I be willing to give up Chris Long? Because we have Jason Hatcher, too. I'm assuming they don't want Jason Hatcher, yeah. Would I be willing to give up Chris Long? I think I might be. Right guard or right tackle? Would you want Donald Thomas? Getting 2 first-round picks is probably going to stretch it a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get 2 first-round picks. We may be able to just get the number 1 overall pick for Reggie Bush. Trade declined. Okay, so if we throw in... Who's my right tackle backup? All right, if we throw in Alex Barron, that's declined, but it is pretty close. So if we do this, plus possibly... Possibly a 5th rounder. Come on, you got to give us number 1 overall, right? Is it going to take... Oh, man, I took out Reggie. Is it going to take a 3rd rounder, maybe? I don't really want to give up my 3rd rounders. Is it worth getting the number 1 overall pick? I mean, we could trade back and then use the number 1 pick as assets. That might make it worth it. If we trade the 3rd overall or 3rd round pick. It may take a 2nd round pick. Trade declined. So if I throw in a 5th round pick as well, Reggie Bush, a 3rd round pick, and my highest 5th round pick. Is it going to take that 4th? Or can I get away with another player? Trade was accepted. So we just got the number 1 overall pick in the draft for Reggie Bush, a 3rd and a 4th. Now, what I'm thinking we do is we trade that number 1 overall pick and move back in the draft because we also have the 9th overall pick. So that's what I'm thinking we do here. Let's trade Ted Ginn next up. It's a fire sale, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fire sale. Everybody and anybody is available that well, not everybody. Nobody needs a wide receiver. Let me go into the actual in-depth top 5. Nobody needs a wide receiver? You can't tell me that every team in here has a great wide receiver core. Wow, every team in here has a great wide receiver core. That's crazy. You don't usually see that. Let's go to Cincinnati because they had picked 3. So maybe we get those picks back if I get a 2nd round pick for Teddy Ginn. Trade offer was accepted. So Ted Ginn is accepted for a 2nd round pick. What about Dwayne Bowe? Does Dwayne have any green interest? I'm assuming not since Ted didn't have any and he was a higher overall. Okay, let's talk to Cleveland. Let's talk to Cleveland. Let's get our 3rd and our 4th back. Trade offer was accepted. I might have been able to get a 2nd for that. But now I just swindled 2 teams out of draft picks and got the number 1 overall pick. I am a master negotiator. So we have the number 1 overall pick. We've got 3 seconds. I got my 3rd back and I got my 4th back. Pog. Straight pog. And we're probably going to be trading that 1st round pick for a pick this year, a pick next year, and another pick next year. Who else did I want to trade? Not Sanchez. Wide receivers are good now. I probably would throw Kellen Winslow in a trade. And you know what? Let's throw Alex Barron in a trade. I'm not assuming anybody wants either of these guys. But you never really know. No, nobody wants them. But the Bengals do need a tight end. And they do have a 3rd round pick. And they also have a 3rd round pick next year that I'd be willing to take out their hands. What about just a 3rd round pick next year? Just give me a 4th round pick next year. I would be happy with that because I don't really want either of these guys and I need picks. Thank you very much. Plus we're adding money in the cap, which we don't really need to spend, but hey, it is what it is. Donald Thomas, I signed him to an extension, but I want to get my young guy some playing time, Geddes, so we'll throw him into a deal with maybe this guy who's super old. We got to get our offensive line growing, so they got to play as soon as possible. So Texans need an offensive lineman. I'll do a 3rd round pick next year for these 2 guys. You'll accept that. You should accept that. I don't know why you wouldn't. You're getting the value here. But they do accept a 4th round pick next year. So that's 2 4th round picks next year added to the pot of assets that we have. And we are completely demolishing our team right now. Even now, I mean, we only went 7-9, but we are completely demolishing the team. Chris Long is still here. Hainsworth needs to go. Who else needs to go? Scuda needs to go. Who else needs to go? Darius Butler. I did mention Darius could be on his way out. Darius might be on his way out. Let's take Darius into negotiations. I'm assuming because we're gonna need somebody that they want. So everybody's got yellow in interest on him, but the Chargers just so happen to need a corner. So we'll talk about second round picks along with maybe a 5th round pick this year. And you say no to that, but if I drop that down to a 6th, you'll probably say yes to this. Trade declined. But if I drop that down to a 7, you'll say trade declined. But if I drop that down to a 4th next year, you'll probably say trade declined. Will they even accept it for a 2nd? Oh, okay. I was just asking for too much, I guess. So Darius Butler helps us get a 2nd round pick this year along with Albert Haynesworth. So that's good. We've got a lot of picks. And I love it. I love it, 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 love it. We've got so many picks that we can use as trade pieces, especially that #1 overall pick. I'm excited about that. I think I've traded away all the guys that were valuable for us. We've got the #1 overall pick. Let's get into free agency. All right, we sit here in free agency with $20 million in cap room. We don't really need to sign anybody, I don't think, unless there's like some crazy bust player that's in free agency for some reason. Maybe like a Joik Bell, but Joik has got some offers from some other teams. I could go in there and make an offer for him. What's his stats looking like? Let me see his ratings. He's got 89 speed, 92 excel, 86 carrying, catching is 68. I do like to throw the ball to my running backs. Joik Bell. I don't. He'd be nice to have, but I want Trent. I think I'm gonna keep Trent Richardson under contract and have him be the starter. So Trent's gonna be the starter. Antonio Brown made it to free agency and got no offers because he's wanting so much money. That's crazy. Is he gonna get signed? I wish we could say we could pick him up, but he's not a bust. Wide receivers, we don't really need wide receivers. Oh, Devin Hester, I feel bad for you, my guy. I do feel bad for you. Tight ends, we do need a 3rd string tight end, depending on if we go for anybody in the draft. Delaney Walker, I think he just made a Pro Bowl this year, and he's in free agency with no offers. Michael Humanawanu is here. Aaron Hernandez is here. You know what? No, I can't do it. I can't possibly make the memes for Aaron Hernandez. I can't do it. Even though he played on my team, I can't physically make the Aaron Hernandez memes. Or can I? You know what? Screw it. We are making the Aaron Hernandez memes. We're not going to pay him a whole lot. I know some of you may be offended by this, but it's for the memes. Meme culture. We got to do it for the memes, ladies and gentlemen. Left tackle's fine. Plus, we might be drafting a left tackle this draft. Left guard. We're going to hopefully have Earl Watford grow. It's going to be another rough year. It is definitely going to be another rough year for us. Center is going to be Ben Jones again. Right guard's going to be Jeremy Zuta. And then we need a backup right tackle. So how about we get a guy of the stature of Will Beatty. Will Beatty, actually, he's higher overall than Patrick Omameh. I didn't realize he was that high of overall above Patrick Omameh. What about McQuiston? McQuiston's 31. Fanuki Tupo. Let's get this guy. Fanuki Tupo. Come to daddy for 1 year. Be our backup right tackle. The people that I've signed in this series is just outrageous. Left outside linebackers. Or no, left ends. I don't know why I'm thinking left outside linebackers. O'Brien Schofield. That might be an interesting one. Quentin Groves is also here. O'Brien Schofield. That might not be a bad shout. Let's go put an offer in on O'Brien Schofield. We're not going to offer him too much because it's O'Brien Schofield, but I'll give him $6 million over 2 years. That's not a bad offer. It's not a bad offer at all. All right, moving on to defensive tackles. We got Al Woods and Sammy Hill. Those are going to be our 2 main ones. There might be a defensive tackle in the draft this year. Probably either Dominic Easley or whoever. I mean, Dominic might not even fall to us. He might. Well, we have the #1 overall pick, but Dominic might. He might get drafted before we even get up. So, who knows what's going to happen? I'll throw an offer at. Mitch Unrin, just to get another guy, another body in there in case we don't get a defensive tackle that we're looking for. I mean, there are a couple other good ones out there that we could possibly get, but I'll give Mitch a chance. Mitch, please. Right ends. Do need to get a backup one of these. Who's it gonna be? 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 Greg Hardy. It's gotta be Greg Hardy. It's gotta be Kane. I mean, you can't have a bust team, a bust-to-baller team without Greg Hardy. I didn't even realize he was there. Greg Hardy, come on down. Now we've got Jermaine Cunningham. Ooh, Jermaine Cunningham as a left outside linebacker? I am not mad at that at all. Get over here. $9 million over 3 years? Yes, Plizzle. Now let's get to middle linebackers. We're decent on middle linebackers. I want to keep Vontaze Burfict as a backup. We could get Bobby Carpenter. What about right outside linebackers? I want to keep Vincent Ray as my backup outside linebacker along with Keith Rivers. Corner, we did just trade away Darius Butler. But we also have Josh Robinson, who is going to be solid for us. Champ Bailey's here as well. You know what? I don't think we need any corners. Plus, there could be some corners in the draft that we get. So, I don't think we need to get any corners. Free safeties we are good with. There's nobody here that I really want or need. So, we're going to move on from them. And then, strong safeties we're also good with because we have a former Super Bowl MVP on our team as well. So, kicker, punter, we're good. So, our negotiations are Jermaine Cunningham, which will be really pog if we get him. Mitch Unrin, O'Brien Schofield, Greg Hardy, which is going to be key if we get Greg Hardy. The memes of Aaron Hernandez, and Fanuki Tupou. Those are our memes. Those are our negotiations. Let's see if we get any of them. All right, so we got Greg Hardy, which is pog. We got Tupou, and we got Jermaine Cunningham. So those are some big signings that we got there. We have $7 million in cap room. Unrin's still undecided. All 3 of these guys don't have any other offers, so we're good there. Antonio Brown's finally got some bids on him. The Jags are going in hard on him, and Trent Williams made it to free agency too with the Ravens. Who are some of the big names? Jordan Gross goes to the Cowboys, Richard Seymour to the Cowboys as well. Okay, Cowboys spending a lot of money. But let's go to free agency recap now because I don't think there's going to be anybody else that we need to sign. And hopefully maybe get some good draft picks. All right, so here in free agency recap, we ended up getting everybody that we saw or that we offered. So Jermaine Cunningham, Mitch Unrin, O'Brien Schofield, Greg Hardy, Aaron Hernandez, and Fanuki Tupou. So all those guys come to the squad to help us try and rebuild what we're trying to do here, especially guys like Greg Hardy and Hernandez. League signings. Antonio Brown decided to go to Jacksonville. Okay, good for him. Trent Williams goes to Miami. Seymour we saw to go to the Cowboys. Fabian Washington also goes to Miami. Carson Palmer goes back to Cincinnati. Marcus Trufant to Buffalo. Everson Griffin to Jacksonville. CJ Spiller to the Jets. Brett Grimes to the Raiders. Geno Atkins Colts. Jimmy Graham Chiefs. The defending Super Bowl champions also get Victor Cruz. So they just keep getting better. London Fletcher goes to the Giants. Brandon LaFell to the Jets. EJ Biggers to the Lions. Jerry Hughes to the Falcons. Wesley Woodard to the Raiders. Joique Bell decided to sign with the Cowboys. Okay. Good for him. Good for him. Glover Quinn goes to Philadelphia. Michael Vick signs with Seattle. Okay. Interesting. Villanueva signs with the Patriots. So those are some of the big names. Now it's time for the NFL draft, and we already know We already know who's got the #1 pick in the NFL draft. First off, before we do anything, we're going to take a look at picks. So, we could get the Texans' first-round pick next year, their second-round pick next year, and a 7th from this year. That is a horrible trade, Texans. I'm not going to do that. But the Vikings, on the other hand, are offering us their first-round pick next year, their first-round pick this year, and a third-round pick next year. So these are the type of offers that we're looking for here. The Titans, they up that even more with the 16th overall pick this year, their pick next year, and a 4th this year. Okay, I like that one better than this one. Seattle, get the heck out of here. I don't want that. Raiders, no. Packers, 2 first rounds and a 2nd this year. That's pretty good. Who else is offering 2 firsts? Ooh, Tampa Bay. Hello, Tampa. Although I wish that 2nd rounder was possibly next year. That might be the move to go with. Although I do like the Vikings pick. Although their 31st overall pick, that is not really where we want to be. Mainly because I don't know if any of our guys are going to be there at 31. Pick 20 is a little bit more promising. This is going to take some time. I'm going to come back to this because let's take a look and do a little bit of our own type of scouting. Remember, we have the 9th pick as well. So Greg Robinson will not be there at pick 20. Guaranteed. He won't be there. Clowney, well, we can't get Clowney anyway. Jake Matthews will probably not be there at pick 20. Justin Gilbert might. Justin Gilbert might be there at pick 20. Juwan James probably would be. Johnny Manziel guaranteed will be there. Darqueze Dennard will probably be there. Kelvin Benjamin is the interesting one. See, at pick 9, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to get Justin Gilbert or if I want to get a guy like Kelvin Benjamin. Or maybe we wait on Kelvin Benjamin until that later round, along with Dominic Easley. Dominic Easley ran a 4.840. But Jimmy Ward's also... We don't really need a strong safety, though. We could do with a backup free safety. LaMarcus Joyner in the 2nd round. Okay, what do we want to do here, boys? What do we want to do? I think I'm going to risk it. Just see how things play out. We'll trade away the #1 overall pick. This is the reason why you get a #1 overall pick. Is because you get teams that want to trade. Where's Tampa? There's Tampa. So they're giving me their pick number 20 this year. They're giving me a 1st rounder next year, which is key, which is what we need. And they are giving me a 2nd rounder this year, which we could flip for another pick later. So I think we're going to do this Tampa Bay pick. Congratulations, Tampa. You now have the #1 overall pick in the draft. Who will you use it on? Jadeveon Clowney? Yes. Jadeveon Clowney goes to Tampa Bay. The Raiders take Khalil Mack. That's funny. That's real funny. Jake Matthews goes #3 to the Cincy Bengals. Mike Evans to the Lions.
The Dolphins are now.
Then you got Justin Gilbert. Wow. Wow. I did not see that coming. Okay, I thought he'd be there. I guessed wrong. Anthony Barr goes, Taylor Lewan goes, and Odell Beckham Jr. goes. Okay, we can't take any of those guys anyway. So I thought that Justin Gilbert would be there. That is interesting. Now we've got a decision to make. We've got a decision to make. Do we go with Juwan James? He's got great run blocking and great impact blocking. Do we take him? The thing is, we don't really need a corner. I was just going to get Justin Gilbert because he's like the best corner available. Deion Buchanan is a solid all-around player. He can play everywhere. Linebacker, safety. He looks very good. He could be our guy. Along with pick 20. The thing is, I really want to get Kelvin Benjamin. I just don't know if he's going to be there. Oh, this is tricky. Let me take a look at safeties again. So there's also Jimmy Ward. Deion Buchanan. I really think Deion Buchanan could be a good player for us. Not just at strong safety, but as as an all-around just like sub linebacker or something, I feel like he could be good for us. I gotta take Deion Buchanan. Let's take him. He's a 71 with hidden. All right, that is good. That is good. It was a reach, but that is good. A lot of our picks are reaches. So we snagged Deion Buchanan. Let's take a trip down the rest of the draft and see if some notable guys go, like possibly Kelvin Benjamin.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Kelvin Benjamin sticks on the board. That is big. That is very big. Kelvin Benjamin still here along with Dominique Easley. I think we need to get Kelvin Benjamin first. Although, let me take a look at available defensive tackles or first wide receiver. So, Sammy Watkins still on the board. Kelvin Benjamin could go at any moment. But Dominique is number 1 on the board. We have pick number 3 in the second round. Will one of these guys survive? Don't know. I'm going to take the chance. Let me just take a look at my wide receiver room real quick. I'm going to take the chance most likely on Kelvin Benjamin. Let me take a look at both my wide receiver room and my defensive tackle room. So we're going to be starting Lockett at number 1, then Bess, then Cecil, Hill, and Gordon. So that's 5. That's 5 guys, plus Jermaine Kearse, that's 6, and Ryan Swoop, who's super speedy, is number 7. So adding Kelvin Benjamin to this wide receiver room would just clog it up a little bit. What about defensive tackles? So we've got Al Woods. He's going to be our number 1. Then we signed Mitch Unrin, but we don't have to go with him. We've also got Jesse Williams and Silver Siliga, who we could move on because he's not very quick at all. And we could add Dominic Easley to that. You know what? I think I'm going to take the chance on Dominic Easley and have Benjamin hopefully still be there. Actually, you know what? What are the trade offers looking like? Are they offering me picks later on this round? This could be Pog. We could get pick 24, 29. I don't want to move back too much because then I lose both my guys. That's not what I want to do. Pick 28. No, nobody's offering me anything. Nobody wants to move up that much. The teams right up here don't want to move that much, so that's okay. We'll take Dominic Easley. We'll get him locked down. Scouted. Let's take, where'd he go? Here he is. Dominic Easley. He's not going to be very highly rated. Just get that out the way. He's a 68 with normal. That sucks. Okay. But we got our guy at defensive tackle. Obviously, he can grow. I just hope that Benjamin is there at pick 3. Sammy Watkins goes, so now Benjamin's the number 1 wide receiver on the board. Jimmy Ward goes out the door. Darqueze Dennard. Clinton Dix. DeMarcus Lawrence. Jawan James. Joe Batonio. Xavier Suafilu. Kelvin Benjamin to the Minnesota Vikings at 64 overall. So we kind of dodge a bullet there with him being 64 overall, but we knew he'd be low. Kyle Van Noy goes off the board. Jordan Matthews, and now us at pick 3 in the second round. All right, so we lose out on Kelvin Benjamin, but we knew that we couldn't get both of them. I tried. Now we take a look at the rest of the board. If we can't get Kelvin Benjamin, we still have some decent wide receivers left, like Dante Moncrief or Martavis Bryant or Shaquille Evans. Although I kind of want to get a guy that's big-bodied, so maybe not Shaquille Evans. Maybe more of a guy like Martavis Bryant, who is super fast. He's ran a 4.3 40. Dante ran a 4.4. We'll probably go with either one of those guys. What about running backs? Running backs are still looking good. All the running backs are really bad this year. Tight ends are still looking good. Quarterback Johnny Manziel's still there. Good for him. LaMarcus Joyner is interesting because we probably need to move on from Will Hill. We probably do need to move on from Will Hill. And taking LaMarcus Joyner to be our backup free safety, who could also maybe play some corner. I think we take LaMarcus Joyner. He is a 68 with hidden, though. 68 with hidden. That is big. That's crucial.
The Cardinals are
Weston
now on the
Richburg, Rashawn Hagman,
Jets
Calvin
are now
Pryor,
on the clock.
Stephon Tuitt, and now
The
us.
Rams are now on
Trent
the
Murphy
clock.
goes to Pittsburgh. I think that's where he got drafted in real life. All right. So we need to take a look at offense. Mainly offensive line. Who's here at the offensive line that we could grab? Justin Britt in the second round. How's he looking? Good pass blocking. Okay. But Billy Turner's here, who's got the same run blocking, I guess. Right guard, center, left guard, Gabe Jackson. What are we looking like here, Gabe? Nobody's really standing out to me. Cyrus Kouandjo, not really standing out to me that much. I don't know what to do. I think we trade this pick. I think that's the move. I think we trade this pick because I'm assuming that teams are going to be giving me, teams are going to be giving me a lot of stuff. Is anybody offering a first? Nah, okay, nobody's offering a first. So let's take a minute and look through. That's a good one from the Jets, a second rounder and a third rounder next year. What about the 49ers offering me a second, a third next year, and a fourth from this year? That could be pretty big. I like that the Jets and the 49ers offers. I like these two offers. And I like this one more because it also throws in a fourth rounder this year that we could flip for something or take somebody. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to trade with the San Francisco 49ers. Give us some more picks to use next year. They use it on Austin Safarian Jenkins, so good on them. Timmy Jernigan goes. Jason Morrow. Devontae Adams to the Saints. We got back-to-back picks here. Jeremy Hill's gone. Cody Lattimore. Jack Mewhort. Ego Ferguson. Now we're up with back-to-back picks. I probably won't use both of these picks. I may use one and trade one, depending on who's here and who I'm liking, who I'm feeling. Am I feeling Bishop Sankey? I'm not feeling Bishop Sankey. Who am I feeling? What did DeAnthony Thomas run? He ran a 4.340. Wow. All right, DeAnthony Thomas. DeAnthony Thomas, who did not go to Nebraska, but I did not recognize that until just now. Dante Moncrief is still here at 6'2". Martavis Bryant in the fourth round is probably a better option. If we do, we don't even really need a wide receiver, though, at that point. We've got some good wide receivers that I want to see grow. Coney Ealy could be a move. Or maybe a corner. Do we go corner in the round? We've gone defense this entire draft so far. I just don't know what I want to do. Is this a trade? Do we trade this pick? Keep moving back and getting assets for next year? Because I don't think there's anybody here that I really want to spend a pick on. It would probably only be Coney Ealy. And then there's other guys here like Jackson Jeffcoat. Ran a 4.540. He could be huge for us. And he's not even drafted. Or potential for drafted. So I think we just trade this pick and see what we can get for it. Just keep adding those assets. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's take a look. If there's not anything I like here, then we'll draft somebody, obviously. But ooh, there we go. Dolphins giving me a second and a fourth. I like that. Thank you, Miami. I will take that. So we trade with the Dolphins. They get Allen Robinson, so good for them. He'll be good for them. But now we have our another pick that we just that we had back-to-back of. And now I think we take an offensive lineman maybe. Michael Schofield looks pretty good. But Kevin Panfield looks a little bit better. He's got A- run blocking. No, Schofield looks better. Schofield looks better. Is that the move, though? Is Schofield the move? Let me just take one quick look around. See if there's anybody here that I can't pass up on. I don't think there is. All right, Schofield is the move. Come to Poppy. He is a 69 overall. Nice. Left tackle. All right. He'll be good for us. He'll probably go on the practice squad, though. Let's keep advancing through to our next pick. Jarvis Landry to Dallas. That's interesting. Coney Ealy goes. Marquise Lee. Desmond Southworth. And now we are up again. We also have 22 in the 3rd round. We got a lot of picks, okay? We got a lot of picks. I probably won't use all those picks, but it is nice to finally draft somebody on the offense. Martavis Bryant is still safe for right now. Probably don't need to get him anyway. We are in the 2nd round still, so it feels like we've been in the 2nd round for a while. That's just because I got a lot of picks. And who do I want? Do I want Lewis Nix? Do I want him? Or who do I want? Is this another trade pick? This might be another trade pick. I'm not really seeing anybody that helps us right away. So, what do we got? Another 2nd rounders? Yeah. Give me some 2nd rounders. Thank you. Philadelphia coming in clutch with a 2nd and a 4th. Thank you very much, Philly. I will gladly take those off your hands. Billy Turner goes, Morgan Moses, Stanley Jean-Baptiste, Bishop Sankey, Derek Carr to the Raiders. Look at that. Teddy Bridgewater to the Bengals. Derek Carr to the Raiders. So he still ends up there even in this fantasy world. Jimmy Garoppolo to Miami. Good for him. Johnny Manziel still... I take that back. I was going to say Johnny Manziel still on the board, but the Pittsburgh Steelers bite the bullet and take Johnny Football. So good for them. He's going to be a bust. And I'm not there to fix him. So, ooh, Philip Gaines, 72 overall. That could have been big. That could have been real big. All right, once we get past this pick, I probably won't show you guys all this stuff like I have been, just because it takes a long time. So, although, you know what? I'll skip when we take the 22nd pick and then the 29th pick, then I'll start skipping because you don't want to see all those guys. Nobody really cares at this point who gets drafted because they're all just bad players. All right, so we're in the 3rd round, late 3rd round. Martavis Bryant's got 4th round grade on him. Who else are we looking at here? I'm probably going to look at corners because a good corner just went off in my man Gaines, Philip Gaines. Late 3rd round. Another trade pick? I don't... See, the thing is I don't want to waste it on somebody that's not really going to play for us. So, potentially trading the picks and getting picks back that we could use in next year's draft, possibly. Or the year after. Just the cycle of getting picks and trading them. That could be pretty big for us. Because we started out this series, if you remember, with barely any picks. That first year was rough. So now we are here. And I think now's the time to take Martavis Bryant. Let's do it. Let's bite the bullet. Take Martavis Bryant, 68 overall. He's going to be big for us. He is going to be big for us. Him and hopefully Josh Gordon can be like our 2 mainstay wide receivers for a while, along with Ricardo Lockett. So hopefully those guys can work out. Now, I'm going to skip to our next pick. All right, we are here at round 4, pick 22. We've got tons of picks still on the board and not a lot of options to use those picks. I'm thinking we go with a guy like Taj Boyd later in the draft just because I like Taj Boyd. Running backs, we've got 4 of them, and I don't think we need to take another one, especially not this year. Wide receiver, don't need one of those anymore. Offensive line, still could use one. Still definitely could use a wide receiver. Maybe a guy like Anthony Steen, who's solid all the way around. Central Henderson at right tackle could be good for us, along with Charles Leno. He's got, they got the same amount of stats, but Central does a little bit better. What about on the defensive side of the football? Telvin Smith is still here, 5th rounder. He looks real good. You know what? I think I'll take Telvin Smith. Brandon Watts looks good too. Look at, holy crap, Brandon Watts. Okay, we might be taking you. Not right now, but we might be taking you later. I think we take Telvin Smith here. He's a 66 with hidden. All right, we're getting some pretty good draft picks now. And then we'll take a look at the rest of the table.
The Ravens are now on the clock. The Rams.
Avery Williamson goes. All right, so late 4th round. We've got, where is he at? Central Henderson. He's undrafted, but I feel like we could use him now. Let me go take a look at corner real quick. We don't have a corner, do we? No, we didn't. I didn't take one yet. Ben Weirkey. Bennett Jackson is the best that we have scouted here. Oh, well, Pierre Desir is the best that we have scouted. But Bennett Jackson's got the best combine grade, which doesn't always mean that they're going to be good. But, hey. Ooh, yeah, I know. Look at that hit power. A- hit power for CB Bryant. But he's also undrafted projection. So, moving to somebody that's not undrafted projection. Could possibly be Jonathan Harrison, maybe Demetrius Rainey. Whoa. That's a good combine. I don't know why his picture has got like a red filter on it, but that is a good combine. And he's undrafted. Let's trade this pick. Let's trade out of this pick. We'll start taking guys a little bit later that are projected to be undrafted. Fourth rounders all across the board. And the 49ers are also offering me a 7th rounder, so I will take that gladly. Thank you so much, San Francisco. And now, I'll skip to the next pick. All right, here we are in 5th round. We got 3 of these bad boys. We're definitely not going to use all 3 of these. But I think now is the time that we go and just get guys that we want. Guys that are undrafted that I really want. But first I want to get this Brandon Watts guy just so I can make sure that I have him on the team. He's 62 with normal, but he's got some crazy fast abilities. So let's get him, and then we'll continue to the next pick. Pierre Desir goes, Alfred Blue, Zach Fulton, Kendall James. All right, now we go and we take possibly an undrafted center by the name Demetrius Rainey. What are you? 60 with normal. Okay, so we're not hitting really on the development part of this, but we are getting some good depth pieces, I guess. As we move forward here, there's really only one more guy left on the board that is undrafted that I would like to have, and that is Anthony Steen, right? No, well, maybe Central Henderson. It wouldn't be bad to have on the team as well. Looks like my camera just died. Hold on for a second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're back. My camera just died on me, so I put a new battery in it, and I got to get the mic out of the way so that you guys have the illusion that I don't have a microphone. I just have a really powerful voice. But now, where were we? We were drafting in the 5th round. All right, let's get CB Bryant. Sure. CB, welcome to the squad. Let's go to next pick. All right, so we have 2 7th round picks and 1 6th round pick. So 3 picks left. We're not going to really need anybody else. I think we trade the 6th round pick, take Taj Boyd with the first 7th, and then trade the other 7th. I think that's what we do here. So that is the move. Let's go and trade this pick for a 5th rounder from the Green Bay Packers. Thank you so much for that pick. And let's go to taking Taj Boyd. All right. So with this pick, we will take Taj Boyd. He has a 4.8 40, so he's not that fast. But good arm. 52 overall. Not that good of a pick. But now we simulate to our next pick. We don't really care who else gets drafted because we're not taking anybody else. And we take anybody offering 6th. No offers for a 6th, but the Vikings are offering us a 7th, so we'll take that. And that is the NFL draft all done, ladies and gentlemen. I think we had a very good NFL draft. I think it was good. Let's take a look at the recap here for a second. We took Deion Buchanan with the 9th overall pick. He's going to be very valuable for us because he can play linebacker, he can play safety, so he's going to be very useful. Dominique Easley was the 20th overall pick. He is hopefully going to grow better than the 68 overall. LaMarcus Joyner is one that's a sleeper. I think he could be pretty good along with Michael Schofield. Those 2 guys in back-to-back picks are pretty valuable, so hopefully they'll be sleepers. Martavis Bryant, obviously, if we get him some playing time, will be very solid for us. Telvin Smith, the same. If we get him some playing time, he'll be good for us. Then the rest was just kind of just me looking at combine grades and thinking how they were going to be good. So Brandon Watts, he's very fast, 93 speed, 93 excel. So he's going to be a fast guy for us on defense. That's good. Got a decent center, I guess. He's got good speed for a center, 74 speed. That's faster than some of my quarterbacks I've had over the years. Taj Boyd, what's his arm strength? His arm strength is 71. Okay, so Taj is going to go on the practice squad, but we knew that going in. So all in all, a very good draft. I'm very happy with it. This year's probably going to be pretty rough. Mainly just trying to grow Mark Sanchez. Yeah, we're trying to grow Mark Sanchez. And then trying to grow Trent Richardson as well. Forgot about Jonas Grays. Okay. And this year is not just about growing Mark Sanchez. This year is about growing our wide receiver core. Ricardo Lockett, Cecil Shorts, Stephen Hill, Martavis Bryant, Josh Gordon, all these guys, Jermaine Kearse, all these guys are supposed to be like the next big thing for our team, so they need to grow tremendously. Especially a guy like Cecil Shorts, who is still 69 rated, nice, but he's 26 years old, so he needs to get moving like Ricardo Lockett. But Ricardo Lockett's got speed. That's why he's growing so well. Kobe Fleener needs to continue to grow. Aaron Hernandez, 67 overall, and then Jordan Cameron needs to grow. We'll probably put Schofield on the bench, or not on the bench, on the practice squad for a year to give Orlando Franklin that. We may be moving on from DeBrickashaw here in a couple years, maybe even next year, who knows. Earl Wofford will be our starting left guard, Ben Jones starting center, Jeremy Zuta will be our starting right guard, and then Patrick Omame will be our starting right guard. Alan Bailey starts at left end. Chris Long probably starts at right end, although Greg Hardy's there too. D-tackle, we'll probably have Al Woods be our number 1. I'm hoping Dominic Easley can grow quickly so he can jump these two guys. I guess I could just start him over them. Jermaine Cunningham will start at outside linebacker along with Danielle Ellerby and Keith Rivers. Vincent Ray will play probably sub linebacker for right now. Orlando Scandrick will be our number 1, then Josh Robinson, Bradley Fletcher, Kyle Arrington, Robert Alford, Cortez Allen, and Alfonso Denard. I'm probably going to be moving on from Bradley Fletcher at some point. Maybe next season we move on from Bradley Fletcher, and maybe we move on from Orlando Scandrick too, so we can have Josh Robinson and Kyle Arrington and Robert Alford all be like right there with each other. That's what I'm thinking on that one. Free safety, I did draft 2 free safeties. CB's going on the bench, or on the practice squad. We're probably going to move on from Will Hill and then just have LaMarcus Joyner be our backup to major right. Strong safety, we will have Shamarko Thomas, or we'll probably have Dion on the practice squad, and then Shamarko can get 1 more year as a backup to George Iloka. And that's what I'm thinking for. That's what I'm thinking for the upcoming season. I'm kind of hoping that it's a bad season, just because I kind of want to have another top pick in the draft. I don't know. We have 2 first-round picks next year, or I guess this year now. So hopefully that works out for us. But that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.